Number 3. So I'm just going to go out and say that this story is nowhere as scary or as serious as most of the other ones out there. But I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty scared when this happened. A couple of months back, I was going through a bit of a rough patch. Money was tight, my car kept breaking down, and I had just broken up with my girlfriend. I hated going home and having time to think about everything, so I would just stay late at work and get as much done as I could. I worked for a small insurance broker, a basic office job, and would usually lock all the doors, go to the kitchen and grab a beer, and just listen to music and get my work done. So it's about 8:30, and I'm just bumping some music and getting my work done, feeling pretty buzzed at this point. The song finally ends, and in between songs, I hear a noise come from the other side of the office. I pause the song and just listen. Nothing. I wait a couple more seconds and just turn the music back on, thinking I was just hearing things. I keep on going about my work, and 9 o'clock finally rolls around. I realise I should probably be getting home, so I turn off my computer and start getting ready. Now that the music is off, I'm hearing noises on the other side of the office. They sounded like they're coming from where the bathroom and kitchen is, so I slowly start making my way down the hall, listening. Sure enough, I can hear someone moving around in the bathroom. The hairs on the back of my neck stand up, because I was sure I had locked all the doors, and since we're such a small office, I knew someone else wasn't coming in. As I get closer to the corner of the hallway, the bathrooms are down another hallway to the right. I see that the bathroom light is on. I knew for a fact that it was turned off the last time I was down there. At this point, my fight or flight senses are kicking in. I start to worry that a homeless person may be snuck in, as that has happened in our complex before, so I get ready to fight. I creep down the other hallway slowly, and I can see the bathroom door open halfway, and see someone moving inside. My adrenaline is pumping, and I run to the door and throw it open, ready to attack whoever's in there. I open the door, and much to my surprise, to find our 5'3" Hispanic cleaning lady terrified. She was just cleaning the bathroom. Maybe I've been reading too many stories on here, but I can honestly say that I was pretty freaked out. Number 2. This happened to me 6 years ago when I was a freshman in college. There was a guy who ate dinner in the same lunch complex, and I, being young and hopeful and wanting to meet some new people, struck up a conversation. Bad idea. He rang almost all the bells, from being way too close and touchy, to talking about deeply personal stuff right off the bat. When I say touchy, I mean hands on my knee, or shoulders after I pushed his hands away. When I say personal, I mean he asked about my sex life and what turned me on. I got out of the conversation and resolved to never speak to this creep again. I started hanging out in other places. It was a big place, and I was happy to explore anyways. And I hoped that was the last of it. A few weeks later, I met up with some people from the same art unit classes that freshmen had the option of taking. We had plans to hang out in the graveyard on campus, because it was dark and close to Halloween, and the graveyard was historical property, so the school couldn't install any kind of lighting. Naturally, it was super dark. We ended up stumbling around, lost and totally cold, for about half an hour when we noticed, who else but Creepy Guy, who had tagged along uninvited when he saw us leaving the building. He had split off and totally vanished. I had been steadfastly ignoring him the entire time, and was quietly thrilled, until someone noticed him several yards away, completely off the path and wandering around the headstones. Sometimes he'd duck behind one if he noticed us looking. We tried to lose him, but he managed to catch up and quietly invite himself in when somebody suggested we watched movies in their dorm. Nobody wanted to explicitly exclude him, but holy shit was he giving off gross vibes. For some reason, we ended up crowding into someone's tiny dorm room and watching A Clockwork Orange. I know it's supposedly a great and wonderful movie and a work of art, but it's not something I can stomach, especially with that creep sort of standing in the corner. He wouldn't sit down. He said he preferred to stand and sort of towered over us silently. Once the movie started getting towards the rapey bits, I said it was super late and I'd had so much fun, but I was so tired and I'd class early tomorrow. Immediately, the creepy guy says he's tired too. I managed to let him go ahead while slowly putting on my crummy rain boots with the school logo printed on them and tucking my jeans carefully into the tops, while sharing a quiet "what the fuck" with everyone else in the room. I headed out, rounded the corner, and immediately dove into the hedges, because he was pacing back and forth at the sidewalk, waiting. I ducked low and stayed behind the hedges before sneaking back behind the building and taking the long way back. I never spoke to him again, and ended up transferring for unrelated reasons, but it still makes me freak to think about. Number 1. This happened near the end of last year, but I still tell the story. I'm male and in my early teens. I was visiting my family in a relatively large suburb of Christchurch, New Zealand. At some point in the morning, I went out to play some Ingress, a GPS-based sci-fi game in the area, and had to go out onto the main road. I must point out that people had been stabbed in the local grocery store. I walked up the road a bit, did my Ingress, then started to walk back. As I was walking, I heard voices behind me. I turned to see 2 men across the road talk to someone on the footpath behind me. The person on my side of the road crossed to talk to them, and that's when I got a good look at him. It was an elderly man, with elbow-low white hair dressed in a blue dress. They also had lipstick and eyeshadow on. I just thought it was weird and continued walking. Then I heard running, getting closer and closer. I could see the person with the dress running towards me, so I started to walk faster. I've always walked with large strides, but now I started to take more. I could still hear them running behind me, but there was hope up ahead. There was an antique shop about 10 meters away, with a big open front and driveway. I jogged along and then stood in the middle of that driveway. Everybody in the warehouse could see me, which was good. And the moment I turned in, they stopped running and walked past, looking slightly annoyed. After a minute or so, I walked back past the grocery store, turned the corner into the suburb, then arrived home. Yeah, dressed man. Let's not meet. Well, anyway guys, that's it with this video. If you enjoyed them, please leave a like, share and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have any stories of your own which you would like to have shared, please make sure to contact me, link in the description, and you may be featured in a future video. Well, anyway, I hope to see you soon, and I'll speak to you later.